On April 22nd, a brutal terrorist attack in Pahalgam, Jammu and Kashmir, India took the lives of 26 innocent people. Let me tell you, it was the deadliest attack in India since the Pulwama attack back in 2019. Well, as the country mourned, something important happened on the international stage. This time, the United States didn't remain neutral. Instead, it stood firmly with India and sent a clear message. Terrorism will not be tolerated and those who support it will be isolated. Just days after the attack, during a press briefing at the US State Department, a Pakistani journalist tried to bring up a border tension between India and Pakistan. But instead of engaging in blame games or offering diplomatic balance, spokesperson Tammy Bruce gave a very sharp and clear response. She said she would not comment further and that the US government had already made its position very clear. In other words, there would be no room for distraction, specifically after a terror attack of this scale. Well, that position was already strongly delivered by top American leaders. US President Donald Trump personally called Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi to express deep condolences and to offer full support in bringing the attackers to justice. In the meantime, Vice President J.D. Vance also reached out to Mr. Modi and assured that the US stands with India during this difficult time. Another person, Secretary of State Marco Rubio, released a statement too, condemning all form of terrorism and reinforcing the US's commitment to helping India combat such terrors. Now back in India, Prime Minister Modi wasted no time. He chaired a high-level cabinet committee on security meeting and took bold, very fast decision. Indian officials declared Pakistani defense advisor in New Delhi as persona non grata, meaning that they were no longer welcome and have to leave the country immediately. Then, in return, India also withdrew its own defense staff from Islamabad. Diplomatic ties were cut down as both the countries agreed to reduce their High Commission staff by nearly 50% starting May 1st. But India didn't stop there. The government shut down the Atari checkpost, a hub of trade and travel between the two nations. It also suspended the Indus Water Treaty, a water sharing agreement that has been in place since 1960. Furthermore, the visa-free travel facility that allowed Pakistani nationals to visit India under the SAARC visa exemption scheme was cancelled. All Pakistanis currently in India under this particular scheme were given just 48 hours to leave the country. You know what? This strong response from India shows that the country is just done playing nice when it comes to terrorism. At this time, America is clearly backing India's stance. For decades, India has suffered cross-border attacks from terrorist groups like Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed groups that have operated with the support of elements inside Pakistan. India has lost brave soldiers, innocent civilians, and years of peace to this ongoing threat. And yet, the world often remains silent or tries to balance both the sides. But not anymore. Today, we are witnessing a clear shift. The United States, once known for carefully worded statement, is now standing shoulder to shoulder with India. President Trump, Vice President Vance and Secretary Rubio have shown the world that when innocent lives are lost to terrorism, there is no space for neutrality. There is only right and wrong. Terrorism is terrorism no matter who does it or where it happens. You know, it's not just about one incident. It's about a long fight that India has been fighting alone for too long. Now global powers are finally seeing the truth. They are understanding what India has been saying for decades, that terrorism has no religion, no excuse and no justification. And countries like Pakistan that offers protection to terrorists must face consequences, not sympathy. In simple words, India is no longer isolated in its fight. It has powerful friends who are ready to stand by its side. And most importantly, the message to terrorists is now loud and clear. Your time is up. The world is watching and India is not alone anymore.